I am a bit nervous right now to make this video, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I don't know the next time I'm gonna have this opportunity, so here we go. I'm walking over to the location right now. It's almost 3 in the morning. Can't really see anything. It's cloudy out, so I can't see the stars. Oh, there's a deer looking at me. That scared the living crap out of me, actually. There's a deer over there staring at me in the shadows. That scared me. Anyways, this is an old lion cage from the 1960s. Now, it is said that this area was a part of a larger enclosure, and I've never actually seen this area before. It looks like there's a bird's nest right there, but this area right here, these are little gates, I guess, for the lions, and it's all chained up there. I actually never even really looked at that. Anyways, I'm about to walk inside of it. I did the same thing last night, and that was before I really did all the research on it, so yeah, I'm about to walk into it right now. Can't really see anything, I guess, huh? But these are other doors. You can hear the deer behind me, I guess. Yeah, he's still staring at me. This is another door. So I'm guessing maybe this was the part that connected to the larger enclosure. I don't really know. Anyways, I am standing inside of it. This is what it looks like. Yeah. On to the lore. Alright. So, in this cage, that scared me. Look at this. That's just poking out. Huh. Jesus. So in this cage, in 1963, a worker was mauled in this cage. I don't know where exactly, but he was working an overnight shift, and he had come into this cage to clean it. The story goes pretty much that he didn't close one of the doors correctly, and I mean, hey, I can only really guess what door, but I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess this big area right here might have been something that they could block off, because that looks like it's sized only for animals, and I don't think it could have been that. Anyways, let's continue. The story goes that he didn't close one of the doors correctly, and well, can you imagine what happened? He got attacked by the lion, the male lion, and killed. This feels really weird to talk about in the same place. I'm sure you can imagine I'm a bit nervous right now. So, the worker that was taking over his shift the next day came in and found the hose. That scared me yet again. Found the hose still running, and found there was blood, I guess, everywhere, and some pieces of his clothing. I think his shoes were left somewhere, probably sprawled around the cage, and his pocket knife was left out, and the lion had his body. So he called the cops, and the cops came and checked the scene out. And what ended up happening was that the lion wouldn't give up the guy's body. So they shot the lion multiple times, about 10 times or so until he was dead and they could retrieve the body. They didn't think that the other lion in the cage, which was a lioness, had anything to do with it. The worker said that she was docile, she was friendly, that it was the male that was violent. And it's so strange because I'm just like pacing back and forth because it's just so uneasy to talk about this in the same place that such a terrible thing happened. Let me flip my camera around. And basically, they had still decided to put the lioness down. Because they said that it was likely that she had tasted human flesh. It's a really dark story. A really dark one to talk about alone in the cage at nearly 3 in the morning. It's just such a horrifying thing. I can't imagine losing somebody like that, for one. 2, that happening to me. Being killed by a lion at a zoo that you're working at. By the way, the guy only worked at the zoo about once a week, so... what was I gonna say? Just, like, losing track of my thoughts. It's so late, and just, like, walking back and forth in this cage, I can only imagine being such a large animal being kept in a cage so small. They did say that the original cage, sorry, I burped, that the original cage was a bit larger, but lions are very large, and even just keeping them in something this small for a few hours must drive them insane. Keeping them in any sort of cage, it drives animals insane, and you can't blame the lion for doing that. They chalked everything up to human errors, what they called it. That the guy had accidentally locked himself in the cage with the lions. Can you imagine? I just can't even imagine the fear that that man felt in his final moments. Is just really unimaginable. And I'm not here to disrespect anyone, any spirits. I'm just here to acknowledge what happened and to talk about it and to share this story that I had learned just last night. And yeah, that's it. Real quick, I just want to say that these animals must have walked back and forth in this cage hundreds of thousands of times. And I mean, that is just messed up.